Oh, so that guy is the bumblebee and bird drone operator. And you know how you can tell? These birds do not act like normal birds. See how they pretend to eat? There's nothing there to eat. There's a wind. There's absolutely shit there. No bird eats in wind, by the way. And these are drones. I bet you if I squashed one, there's no blood or guts coming out of it. And we're about to hit university. Let's see how long it takes before the sirens call there. Oh, did you see that? One of the drone birds had to come. Oh, see? There's a whole bunch of them. They use these new blackbirds, by the way. There's 4 of them. And there's another operator. It's either this guy, or that guy in the blue shirt across the street, sitting with his iPhone, like that guy sitting with his iPhone, because that's how they're operating the bird drones. And that's part of their organized stalking routine. And we got this guy too. And notice that these guys didn't flinch when they seen me point the camera at them. They didn't even flinch. Every other person, they freak out. But they knew ahead of time. So the Toronto police and the people of this city obviously have a plan to take me down through me exposing this shit through videos online. So they're going to try some strategic bullshit game plan where they're going to come after me with I'm violating community standards or some shit show like that, because this is what they're doing now. I got to remember, I tried to go to the police wouldn't acknowledge it. I tried to go to the Justice of Peace, and I had 16 claims, which would have taken him 15 minutes easy to read, and it took him 2 minutes to scribble his signature and deny all 16 claims, saying I didn't have enough evidence. Meanwhile, he never spoke to me or asked for the evidence, and I had video and documents and paperwork with me on my person. I brought my knapsack. And so they got me that way. And then they got the cops harassing me and hovering around me, and then they got the whole frontline workers targeting me, and through the hospitals, and the sirens and the fire department through their barcode system, which is part of the smart city grid, I found out, which is also part of the risk prevention and safety protocol, which means they know exactly what's going on and what they're doing here and who's doing it. And they're denying that, and they're playing dumb. Oh, look, we got another robin. See how they do the lone robin? There he is, the lone robin. That's part of the... Oh, see, look, it's this guy's probably the drone holder. But see, the bird, his eye is a camera. I can see it from here. It's so ridiculous. And this is where all the budget and the funding went to the Toronto police. And don't forget, they just recently had their police conference for 2024, where they got their new technology and their new toys. So they're out playing. And of course, I'm an experiment, so they're going to come after me full throttle. And they are, with their biological weapons. Like I said earlier, they made me and the dog because we were sitting side by side, simultaneously projectile vomit at the same time while they were targeting me from the parking lot, which I got on video, which just scroll down and you'll see the start of August 10th is an ongoing saga of the last 2 hours of my life in Toronto, August 10th, 2024. And this all started at 3 a.m. with their software imaging crews trying to do, it's called PET scan. They're using Microsoft 365 healthcare software imaging systems and apps where groups have to log in and sign in, and it gives them a digital blueprint of your entire body, so they can see your veins, your bones, your heart, your lungs, your organs. And this is how they're targeting me, through bots and nanoparticles and nanites and nanofibers. And I have proof of all of these things. It's taken me 12 years to gather all the evidence, but we got it finally all in one package. So I can now present it to the world, hey, and share Toronto, Ontario, and their genocide program. See, I'm probably the last one left, because the homeless and the addicts that they're using today are from the Fred Victors, bringing in their alien agenda and blending them in with general population through jails, institutions, and housing, and the drug street system. And there's lots of evidence of that everywhere. They did it all across Canada, and they've done it in other countries who are open about this. So it's not no new story. And SALT organization has already openly admitted that billionaires and people working with governments and the World Economic Forum and the United Nations are working with these aliens for the technology, and they're giving access to humans to experiment with. And that's where I fit into the picture. And that started in 2012. Actually, it started in 2001, but that's another story we'll get to later. And here we are in 2024, August 10th. Buddy's gonna get hit playing with the soccer ball like that, going out on the street. What an idiot. Oh, and here's my copper friends. Oh, look, 5232. We got 6018 and 5232. Yeah, my friends coming out to play. See, because I almost made it to universities, and they've already pulled the siren, and they have to wait till I return home to pull the siren again, because it'll confuse the stalkers, because they'll assume they can leave their post if the sirens go off again, and they won't get paid for their time. Oh my God, imagine that. And the reason why I'm videotaping this walk is because it's usually along this walk that I have them come at me with the bots and the bird bots, the chirping bird bots, the sirens, the organized stalkers. and the zappers who do a drive-by zap or a walk-by zap and zap the dog through his central nervous system, through the biometric tattoo that the mobile pet clinic put on him without my consent or permission when he was already microchipped. And they microchipped him again. So that's how they're getting to him, through the microchips. Just like they're getting to me in the teeth, through the microchips that are in my teeth, which also got picked up on an MRI scan. And the dentist at Bloor Clinic did that. And I already gave up that information, data, and from when Bill Chapman at Metro University Church offered to pay through his billions of dollars that came through a benevolent fund that suddenly appeared in 2012 for his homeless program at the church, just like all the others in Sound Times that got their millions of dollars too from Corrections Canada, because that's who funds Sound Times. And that Sound Times is part of the organized stock, and they're the ones who monitored us through making the drop-in center open and friendly. And then they also recruited inmates so that they could have a job stalking me when they got out of prison. Because it caters to inmates. Sometimes, I believe it's 284 Parliament Street between Dundas and Shooter. But the clients have to enter through the alley because, we're not allowed to be seen. It's such a private issue, stalking people and setting them up. Come along. Is your heart racing? Are you shaking because someone's fucking with you? Let's go. They were fucking with the dog. He was vibrating dramatically, so I decided to leave that Tim Hortons. That's what I mean by zapping. And that's what they did. The people inside waited for me to arrive so they could zap the dog. Seriously? You're gonna fucking target a poor dog? Like, how fucked up are you people? These are crimes against humanity here. Human experimentation, live brain human experimentation. They are targeting homeless people on welfare, people in housing projects. And they kick them out through they got this Landlord Tech Watch app where they blacklist everybody. So if you're living in housing, you're already on the blacklist. So if you get evicted, they already got your name on the program. So when you try to find an apartment, you wonder why you're having such a hard time. It's because you're blacklisted. And then this forces people out of the city. So does the fake inflation and food price hike and all the other Truman shit show events. Oh, and look, our cop is still here. So wait for it. The sirens will go any second. Oh, and I wasn't planning on grabbing a coffee. I already had two. I just wanted to walk past university to see if they would pull the siren game again. So now they will pull it between now and my entering the apartment. And they'll probably do it right as I'm walking in the building. So I'll keep the camera rolling because you can hear it. And then I'll show you the lounge where the goofs like to sit. And I'll show you the stairwell that leads to my floor and how easy it is to hear them while they're in the lounge because there's only a door between us. And when they're loud and aggressive and laughing and torturing me and laughing about it, you can hear every syllable, every word. So I've been recording them, talking about it, which is my evidence also. And so they sit there, and whenever I open my door in my apartment, the one at the table yells really loud, "She's coming!" Or he just yells a loud noise. Because half of these are, they're not the sharpest pencils in the box, okay? Or at least that's their role. And they are the alien agenda. So I don't expect them to have any humanness about them. Oh, see how they got the flashing lights of the truck? And the dog yanked me. Right there. That's how they're alerting that corner, which is my building again, because it's across the street, so the people in the building can see through the glass that truck, which is Antripico, which is also one of the trucks that the Truman Shit Show organized stalkers use that actually has people stuffed in the back, and they go to the underground parking lot of Sick Kids and they run out and they come out of Sick Kids Hospital to swarm me. And I got that on video several times, and I got friends who took videos after I entered the house of the same people getting back into these trucks. So this isn't stuff making up shit. This is really happening. And these people are guilty of genocide, criminal harassment, organized stalking, weapons of mass destruction, murder, toxic substance, and of course the Truman Shit Show that plays out on City TV, which is why City CP24 is the main TV station that's everywhere you go in Toronto. Everybody's got a TV screen in their restaurant and in their business and even in a fucking Circle K. And the CP24 is the alert program that alerts them of me. And I already got that in 2012 when they first brought that in, and I caught them at a Burger King, and they didn't switch over to CP24 quick enough, and they were actually watching me walking down the street, and they never had me known to go into a Burger King restaurant because of all the profiling and studying and monitoring they did on me. They never knew of me to go to Taco Bell or a Burger King. And they're the two restaurants that I caught the organized stalkers in with the screen focused on me. And I'm watching myself walking into Burger King and them sitting there watching it And then they realize that I'm walking into the Burger King, and they turn and look because they recognize the door and the for sale shit of the food that they got. And they all turn, and then they pretend they're eating food that was sitting in front of them while they were having this fake meeting. And then the CP24 screen flipped over, and they thought I didn't capture it, but I was wearing a body cam, so everything was captured. You gotta laugh at this shit. That's the only thing keeping me going. See, most of this is designed to drive a person crazy or stressed. I've never been stressed once from this. I've been pissed off. Of course you get pissed off. These people are annoying and ugly and arrogant and like it's a useless program that's designed to kill. And it's COINTELPRO 2 tactics. And the UN's depopulation programming. And Trudeau told Carl Schwab of the World Economic Forum that he could reduce Canada's population 50%, which he did do, by the way. And notice how they activated the chip when Trudeau got into power. And this is Carl Schwab's protege. And it's Trudeau that brought in the Transhuman Convergence and the Horizons Policy Canada website and the Biological Convergence websites. And all of his sustainability and infrastructure websites of the government that's supposedly transparency and keeping up with their word. And it says for all Canadians that they're providing safety. No, they're not, because they're attacking and targeting me. That's not providing me safety. That's going against everything that their fucking programs are designed for and tell the population they're doing. And I'm not alone with this. People who deny getting vaccines and still fighting for their right to stay unvaccinated are being targeted. And when I'm done revealing them the program that these guys do, all they have to do is go to OS Informers, OSIN Informers on YouTube, and they'll see what is gang stalking, which is a CIA coined phrase, by the way. And it's a COINTEL programming from the Cold War. And it was designed in the Cold War for depopulating. And these freaks have been pretending to be human, and they've dominated the housing system, and then they pulled out the opiate crisis, the homeless crisis, the housing crisis. Every city, you could map it. Every city across Canada went through the exact same protocol as they switched over to the genocide programming to depopulate Canada 50%. And then what did they do with the other 50%? They filled it with immigration and newcomers and international students who dominate the workforce, the school and universities. No one can get in that lives and actually is in Canada. Well, let's see how long it takes before the sirens go off. Good morning, Elizabeth. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. Oh, I forgot. I was going to show you. This is the lounge. Notice how that's the entrance. So you walk over here. That's the only camera in the entrance, by the way. And the blind spot is over here, and that's where they like to stay. And here's the table that they sit at and yell, "She's coming, she's coming." This is the entrance to the courtyard, and there's cameras out there. And if you go around here, it leads to between the two buildings that you hear me talk about a lot. And here's the stairwell that goes up to my floor. So, I'm directly above here, right here. This is my apartment. And they sit here and target me from this table. They use this table to yell, "She's coming," so they all fuck off and run and go to the garage, the stairwells, the elevators. And this is stairwell J, where you can hear everything that they're saying. If you notice the crawl space here, the voices carry right to me. So as I exit my unit, I can hear everything these freaks are saying down here. Every day, it's the same shit show. And every day, they criminally harass me. Here's the door exit that takes you to between the buildings where the blue benches and where the cement blocks are, where they sit and target us as well. And here, notice the echo? When they sit in the stairwell, and I'm talking lightly, there's usually a group of them. So when they're down in the stairwell here, sitting there having drinks, which they leave all the time, they leave the garbage behind, which is evidence, and DNA evidence, by the way, of their presence. And then they're, once you got the DNA, you got the ID. Once you got the ID, you can get the location history. And you'll know exactly where they were in the building for the entire time they were here. So it's not rocket science. So here's my apartment. Here's the door. Boom. How you cannot hear that, you have to be fucking deaf. And here's the gray doors that attack us. And it says storage room. And here's the other one. And it says radiant room. And this is my bedroom, directly across from it. And as you see, this is a short hallway. So as I exit my door, the first thing that happens is that dog barks. And the second thing is the elevator moves, which it just did. It went ding and then moved, because I just did it. Because there's bots all throughout this fucking building, because it's a smart building with smart hallways, just like smart sidewalks. And this is Toronto depopulation programming, coming at you August 10th.